This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE has pledged $8.324 million in donations to a number of UN development funds and programs for 2016. Of the amount, a total of $5 million will go to the United Nations Entity for Gender Equality and the Empowerment of Women, with $500,000 dedicated to counter violence of the Security Council Resolution on Women, Peace and Security, and $1.8 million to the core budget of the UN Relief and Works Agency for Palestine refugees in the Near East. A further $520,000 will be given to the Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. $500,000 of that will go towards the Trust Fund for Disaster Relief Assistance. The UN Development Programme will receive $324,000 and $200,000 will go to the Office of the UN's High Commissioner for Refugees. $100,000 was pledged towards the core budget of the UN's Children's Fund, $50,000 to the Office of the UN's High Commissioner for Human Rights, $40,000 towards the UN's Environment Programme, and $40,000 to the UN's Fund for South-South Cooperation. On the directives of Her Highness Sheikha Fatima bin Mubarak, the chairwoman of the General Women's Union and the Family Development Foundation, who's also the president of the Supreme Council for Motherhood and Childhood and honorary chairwoman of the Emirates Red Crescent Authority, the ERC is embarking on a massive programme to develop several projects in Aden and neighbouring provinces in Yemen to aid women and children. According to news agency WAM, the projects are aimed at improving mother and child services, covering vital sectors such as healthcare, education, water and electricity, and also developing the capabilities of Yemeni women who are the most affected by the current situation. The projects will also focus on supporting people with special needs and other humanitarian aspects. Her Highness Sheikha Fatima also ordered a fast-track implementation of the projects to provide care for mothers and children and ease their suffering. It's World Diabetes Day today, and on the occasion, medical experts have called for optimised diabetes control in the region, as well as increased awareness. That was during a panel discussion at the Best of American Diabetes Association Congress. With over 35 million people suffering from diabetes across the region, medical experts stated that negligence among patients and their families remains the most pressing challenge. Identifying diabetes as a condition rather than a disease, the president of the Emirates Diabetes Society stated that a multi-stakeholder approach is required in order to strengthen resolve towards diabetes management. It was also added that the UAE has over 1 million diabetes patients, with more than 50% still undiagnosed, and that patients should follow proper guidelines to prevent critical conditions, such as cardiovascular complications. Following the theme of this year, Make Healthy Eating a Right, Not a Privilege, experts are urging patients to conduct regular tests and ensure a healthy and balanced diet. Aside from the right nutrition, it was added that governments should also govern the insurance service sector, which tends to charge higher premiums for diabetic patients.
There are many healthy people who they pay the annual fees for the insurance company, and they don't even, take a penny from them, fills from them, I mean. So you have to balance this with that. So this is unfair that we, deal like that with the patient with diabetes. I know some insurance company, if a person has a diabetes or pre-diabetes, this we don't insure because they know, oh, he is going to cost. At the end, they want to look what is their profit. And I think this is not right. Here I want, the government and also the authorities to press on the insurance company, that they should not incriminate the people with diabetes.
Among the speakers at the forum today included My Diabetes Story ambassadors from the region who shared their experiences of managing their type 1 diabetes. While some added that it should be treated as a friend and a part of their daily lives, others stated that there should be more flexibility in terms of working hours for diabetic patients.
At the age of 13 years old, I was diagnosed by diabetes type 1. And truly, if you're honest and being yourself, it's a challenge. I will tell you it's a challenge. But if you just open yourself and be yourself and be honest with it and go out with it as your friend, it will be your best friend. Don't leave it in the closet. Don't ditch them. Just be yourself and explore yourself and do sports. And it will be your best friend, and you will live a very nice and beautiful lifestyle.
If I keep isolating it and dealing with it as a taboo topic or something on the side, it means that it's a burden. But it is not. I want to live an easy life. I need flexibility, and I don't have a problem talking about it. And I don't have a problem being a model, showing people that I can be healthy. It's not the objective, but that's what comes with testing publicly. And if you keep rushing to the toilet to take your injection, it means that it's something that should be hidden and something ugly, but it's not.
They should know that a diabetic has special needs, not too severe, but to eat and to drink while he's in class or at university, to arrive sometimes late at work because of a hypoglycemia maybe or a hyperglycemia. There are, small flexibilities needed in the general rules in society, if it's at school or in the professional field. I think if people understand that and cooperate with the diabetics won't have a problem.
High-profile government leaders and technology professionals attended the region's first ever Noor Assistive Tech-X 2015 exhibition today, dedicated to create awareness on how individuals with special needs are empowered by using various technology gadgets. Her Excellency Maraya Mohammed Khalfan Al-Rumi, the Minister of Social Affairs, officially inaugurated the two-day exhibition hosted at the Noor Indoor Sports Auditorium. While touring and speaking to many children at the Noor Centre for Persons with Disabilities, the Minister was briefed about the way these children are now able to use assistive technology to complete their everyday tasks. Commenting on the exhibition, the Minister stated that Dubai is studying proposals to transform the Emirate into a disability-friendly city by 2020, and that this event will greatly help in achieving that vision. On the opening day of the exhibition, officials representing Noor Centre highlighted that joint efforts by all members of the community are crucial in providing important essential services for those with disabilities, and that they are confident that this exhibition will empower individuals to effectively communicate with the outside world.
I'm very pleased to be here. I'm very honored because I've been with Noor Centre since they started a long time ago, and they have come a long way with all the things, and they have actually provided all our disabled children with a lot of skills and this ability to be able to communicate, to be able to move, to be able to learn. Today I'm very actually pleased to see that they adapt the technology in a way or another to teach these children and also to come forward with them. And I think this is the time that they have to use technology, and this is the time where smart technology should help children with disability to learn more and to communicate in order to integrate them within the society.
We have been successful for the first time in UAE, a conference of this nature been organized, and we've been lucky also with a sponsorship from Windows 10 Microsoft to support us as a major sponsor, along with other 10 sponsors with 10 speakers will come and talk about how we can promote such a theme. And I think it's going to be very interesting in the next couple of days' time, hopefully with the crowd coming in, with the focus from media, people like you will be able to send the message across to our community, to the government, to everybody who is interested and involved in such industry.
On the sidelines of the exhibition, community members and school children across the Emirate were offered orientation classes to help them in understanding the practical benefits of assistive technology. During the ongoing exhibition, one student of Noor Centre, Dame, showed how he was able to learn the alphabet by using a picture on the computer screen. Also in attendance were many assistive technology specialists who will be conducting interactive seminars for professionals and parents to share their in-depth knowledge on the subject.
The conference and the initiative that Noor has initiated today, it's a marvelous attempt to introduce, how technology is being developed and evolved into a parameter and a spectrum, that a lot of disabled people can utilize it to be inclusive into the society. It's not an easy task, it's a difficult task. It's part of one of our goals, that we want to achieve by 2020 in Dubai. What we saw today, attempts by various companies, to improve on certain facilities and tools to be handed and utilized by the disabled, is a marvelous thing.
When you put a block, you will get the correct answer, like a C for cap, or R for robot, like that. Like C or D or E or F or G. If you put any block, it will be the correct answer. If you put any correct block, it will be the correct answer. If you put any number block, it will also be the correct answer.
The Ministry of Labour is urging private sector companies to implement occupational safety and health standards while on duty and to report worker injuries without any delay. According to Emirates news agency WAM, ministry officials stressed the importance of providing a safe work environment to avoid occupational injuries through the application of innovative standards for occupational safety and health. Facilities that don't report occupational injuries, illness or deaths are violating Cabinet Decision number 40 of 2014, which states that a 10,000 dirham fine per non-reported case is applicable and that the Ministry of Labour will blacklist the company until the offence is resolved. According to WAM, the Ministry of Labour must be informed of any work-related injuries that may cost workers 3 or more days of absence and within 24 hours of the date of injury, only if it occurs during work hours or while commuting to or from the workplace. The rule also applies to workers who catch any one of the listed diseases on the occupational labour diseases agenda. In the case of injury, the employer should bear the cost of treatment in addition to paying any transport expenses until the treatment is concluded or the worker presents a clear statement of a permanent disability. And finally, looking to other news, the Sharjah-based non-profit organisation Maraya Art Centre hosted a newly commissioned outdoor sculpture exhibition titled Imitation Game, which explores the idea of what makes us human in the digital age. His Excellency Marwan Al Circle, the Chief Executive of the Sharjah Investment and Development Authority, and other officials representing the Maraya Art Centre briefly toured the art exhibition organised at the Maraya Art Park in Sharjah. Art Centre officials stated that the exhibition includes various sculptures and installations of artists, which will be helpful in examining the impact of consumerism on our everyday existence and how it moulds our identity. Among other issues highlighted in their artworks is the idea that today human interaction with virtual agents or robots has increasingly become commonplace, especially in the online world, and that this has had a deep impact on the way we communicate with each other. Apart from delving into the histories of built-up environments both in urban and rural settings, the artworks also probe the uneasy human relationship with the natural world. The art exhibition, running until the 14th of May next year, comprises of the works of 7 international artists, including works from Dr. Nick Ferguson from the American International University in Richmond, London, who discussed his new outdoor commission, Futuro Estate in the Imitation Game.
This is a new work, and it was commissioned for this space, and it's about this space. It's called Futuro Estate, and it's a birdhouse, and it brings together two different kinds of ideas I've been thinking about at the moment. The first is about architecture, and the second is about birds in this area in the UAE. So the architecture, it seems to me that this particular estate is very important in terms of world architecture, because it is a test bed, a kind of place where lots of new things are being made and under conditions which are testing the limits of what architecture can do and be. And I think that I was interested in that as a kind of motif, and the work that I have made is a kind of homage. It takes its forms from architects in the past who have really tried to test and push the boundaries.
My work is a dialogue between two voices. It's a sound installation. I'm interested about the voice because it has a transcending quality. It's something that crosses the border between people. It's something that happens inside a person. When I speak, it happens inside me. And when you listen, it exists inside you. And the quality of entering another person through voice comes with a certain set of respect and rules, I think. Because at the same time, when you speak, you're not just making a sound, but you're also invading a space, another person's private space.